If you've ever driven alone on a highway late at night and seen the same road sign appear more than once, then you know the feeling that something is not right. Some roads take you home, others don't let you leave. This is the story of Ethan Reeves. A story about a road that refused to end, and a night that seemed determined to keep him forever. Ethan Reeves was 22 years old, fresh out of university and finally heading back to his hometown. It was a long drive, the kind where the scenery never changes, the kind where the road stretches endlessly into darkness. By 11 o'clock that night, Ethan was deep into a lonely two-lane highway. There were no towns nearby, no gas stations, no passing cars, just darkness, and the soft glow of his headlights cutting through it. The radio played quietly in the background while Ethan focused on the road ahead. Everything seemed normal. At first, a few minutes later, his headlights swept across a roadside sign. Mile marker 27. He barely paid attention to it. Highways were full of signs like that. The road continued. The radio played. The darkness remained unchanged. About 10 minutes later, he saw the same sign again. Mile marker 27. Ethan frowned. Maybe he had mistaken another marker for the same number. Maybe he was just tired. He shrugged it off and kept driving. But several minutes later, it appeared again. Mile marker 27. This time, Ethan felt a chill run through him. That was not possible. The road had been perfectly straight. There were no exits, no turns, no U-turns. Nothing that could have brought him back. And yet, there it was, again. The radio suddenly felt too loud. Ethan reached over and switched it off. Silence filled the car. Only the hum of the engine remained. He checked the GPS. The route looked normal. He checked the road. Still straight, still empty, still endless. A nervous feeling settled in his stomach. He pulled out his phone and checked for signal. Nothing, no bars, no service. Just a blank screen reminding him that he was completely alone. Now, every mile felt longer than the last. Every shadow looked darker. Every minute felt stretched. And somewhere ahead, he knew he would see that sign again. Then it happened, for the fourth time. His headlights illuminated the familiar marker. Mile marker 27, but this time, something stood beside it. A person tall, motionless, standing at the edge of the road. Its head was lowered, its arms hung at its sides. It did not move, not even slightly. It looked less like a person, and more like a statue waiting in the darkness. Ethan's grip tightened around the steering wheel. His heartbeat pounded in his ears. As the car got closer, the figure became clearer. And then Ethan noticed something that made his blood run cold. The figure had no shadow. None. His headlights illuminated everything around it. The sign, the grass, the road, but not the figure. For a moment, Ethan could not breathe. Every instinct screamed at him to keep moving. So he did. He slammed his foot on the accelerator. The engine roared. The car surged forward, and within seconds, the figure disappeared behind him. Ethan kept driving, faster than before. His eyes stayed fixed on the road. He refused to look back, not yet. Not until several minutes had passed. Finally, he glanced into the rearview mirror. The road behind him was empty. No figure, no movement. Nothing, as if nobody had ever been there. Then another sign appeared ahead. Mile marker 43. The loop was over. Whatever had been happening had stopped, at least for now. Ethan let out a shaky breath. His hands were trembling. His throat felt dry. He told himself there had to be a logical explanation. Exhaustion, stress, a trick of the mind. Anything but what he was beginning to fear. A few minutes later, he pulled over on the side of the road. He grabbed a bottle of water and took a long drink. The cold air outside felt strangely still. Too still, the kind of silence that makes you feel watched. Eventually, Ethan climbed back into the car, started the engine, and continued down the highway, trying to convince himself that everything was normal, trying to forget the sign, trying to forget the figure, trying to forget mile marker 27. But the night was not finished with him yet, because somewhere ahead, through the darkness and the fog, a small roadside restaurant was waiting, and by morning, it would not be there anymore. Think this was scary? You haven't seen the worst part yet. Like, comment, subscribe. Part 2 drops next. Don't miss what's waiting ahead.